Many know about slavery, but few discuss paper genocide. We did not all come from Africa, and most of us have Aboriginal roots that were stripped away due to reclassification and miseducation. As a native Black American and a member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, I understand the importance of tracing your lineage. If you want to learn how to trace your genealogy and apply for tribal citizenship, go to nativeblackancestry.com to schedule a consultation.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings, Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them, and this shit get way deeper than your pigment.
What's up, man? How's everybody doing? Hey, I don't want to be disrespectful or anything, but I'm a Hispanic, homie. I'm a Hispanic, and I truly don't believe that Black people are natives of the Americas. I can understand that there's Black people who got native heritage, but that don't mean that Black people themselves are natives of the Americas. And I don't have no real on hand sources, but I can tell you that modern anthropology says that the first people who came to the Americas crossed through the the Siberian Bridge, and the second group of people who came to the Americas came through island hopping through Asia. They never came from Africa, and those people that we call Native Americans actually had been here for over 10,000 years in this land before anybody else got here. So in order to be considered a native of the Americas, in order to be considered a native of anywhere, the group of people have to have settled that land for at least 10,000 years. Because according to modern anthropology, it takes humans about 10,000 years to adapt to an environment. So those people that we call Native Americans, they were not African, they were Asians. They were Asians who had been here for over 10,000 years and adapted to that environment and became natives of the Americas. Then Black people were brought here.
Josuo, I muted you for a moment because you're very long-winded. You have to give me a chance to respond. We can't be here all night. Can I have a chance to respond?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in. I'd first love to know, where are you calling in from? Are you in America? Are you in Latin America?
From California.
From California. And when you say you're from California, are you a descendant of migrants from Central or South America, or would you say that you're native to California?
I'm a native Mexican.
I mean, the fact that you said like that tells me that your people migrated from somewhere else at one point, right?
Well, if we go according to the history of my people, actually my people came from this land. If we go to the history of my people actually came from this land, and they migrated south. They migrated south, actually. My people.
Josio, I'm pausing you again because we're not going to be here all night. We got to be a little more concise. So you're claiming that your people are indigenous to California, right?
Yes.
Okay. And have you done your family's genealogy? And if so, how far back did you trace your maternal and paternal line?
I didn't take a genealogy test.
Genealogy is not a test that you can take. I think you're thinking about DNA tests. Genealogy is paper trail records research, birth certificates, death certificates, military records, marriage documents. Have you ever traced your family's genealogy through records?
No.
So how do you know if you're truly indigenous to California or if your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather didn't migrate from somewhere else?
Well, I'm gonna use the what's it called? Well, so the average Mexican is 52%, and I'm going by the averages right here. I'm speaking average numbers. I'm not speaking people in specific. So the average Mexican is 52% Native American and 48% European. So that's where I'm basing that I gotta have some native in me, especially if my family comes from the central region of Mexico.
Oh, time out. You said that every Mexican is what percentage what, and what percentage what?
The average Mexican. The average Mexican is 52% native and 48% European, 2% other.
And what's your source on that?
You can Google it.
So you can't tell me a source, a historian, anywhere I can Google it?
It's common knowledge, brother.
Okay. We'll just move past that since you have no evidence to cite that one, right? But guys, this is something that you really, really have to be privy to. He's coming up here dictating heritage to us. He hasn't even done his family's genealogy. He thought genealogy was a test that
I'm gonna let you finish this, but I'm gonna make a point after this.
Sir, you're gonna stay on mute until I finish talking, and then you can respond. So he comes up here dictating lineage to us, telling us that some of us could be Indians, but not really be Indians, as if that makes any sense at all. Whole time, he's a Mexican from California who hasn't even done his genealogical research. Then he's going to tell us that they're 50% Mexican, 50% European. I mean, do you guys listen to the pseudoism being spouted right now? Guys, this is what you have to understand. Mexicans have not Mexicans. Latin Americans have the biggest identity crisis out of any demographic in the Americas. They verbally will get online.
And I prefer the term
claim,
Hispanic Americans.
You can stay on mute until I'm done talking, because I didn't interrupt you until you got real long-winded, right? So these Latin Americans will verbally claim that they descend from Aztec warriors and Mayan princesses and they're indigenous to California, but they don't talk about their African roots because there's so much African slave admixture in their demographic, or their Sephardic crypto-Jew, Iberian Peninsula, Moorish lineage in their heritage, right? But see how they separate from their African lineage and they're trying to claim indigenous American and European? This doesn't make any sense, guys. And what you have to understand is the reason why the Mexicans get online and claim they're half indigenous, half Hispanic is because of 1821.
Because we are.
No. It's because of 1821. Donnie, I know you're pressed for time. Can I have 30 seconds to explain 1821?
I just want to ask him one question. I want to ask him about the Olmec heads.
Can I quickly explain 1821, and then he can tell us how he thinks the Olmecs are really Asians and stuff, right? But guys, this Mexican identity crisis comes from the year 1821. What happened in 1821? Well, that was the independence from Spain. When the Mexicans revolted from their Spanish grandpappies and grandmas, they had to form a new national identity. So they created something that historians call the mestizo myth. This boy told me that they're half European, half indigenous. He can't cite a source. Just Google it. Well, I'm giving you the source to Google. Google the mestizo myth. This is the idea that all Mexicans are mestizos, born between a union between indigenous people and Spanish conquistadors.
Is that so-called myth proven?
Don't interrupt me. You see how he has to interrupt me because I'm exposing the heritage of his people. He can't help but interrupt me. He descends from colonizers. He descends from conquistadors. It's in his blood. It's in his blood to try to refute what I'm saying. He descends from conquistadors, mind you. But guys, check this out. Check this out. They literally erased the Aztec, the Maya, the Mixtec, and they pushed them into these new racial categories. They try to denounce their African roots. Jose Vasconcelos was the Minister of Education in 1920, and he was key in shaping this mestizo myth. So look it up, guys. The mestizo myth.
Let's give him a shot. You got a shot, Jose. You get the final thought. There you go.
Well, I won't deny that there is black heritage in Mexican DNA.
Not black, African.
African. You never said that. You never said that, Jose. I'm a little disappointed.
Don't hide from it, Jose. Not black. We all know that black is synonymous with Black Americans. You have African heritage. Say it one time. The truth will set you free. You have African heritage, right?
I actually might. Me, myself, and I might. But that don't mean that the natives of America, the original natives that were here 1,000 years ago before they were like contacted by people from the outside world, that don't mean that they were black.
Hey, it's sad that we're pressed for time because if we weren't, I can literally bring up the journals of conquistadors that went to the California coast and say they saw black Indians. He's claiming to be indigenous to California, and I can pull up a literal journal from the 1500s from Spanish conquistadors who say they went to California and saw black Indians, but he won't never be able to bring up a journal of a conquistador that say
native of Central Mexico, which we all.
Donnie, I think you said that you were pressed
which
for
will
time today,
originate from
so
the southwest of the.
I want to make sure we don't waste too much time with a man who hasn't even done his own genealogy.
I agree, Mike. What do you want to do? Do you want to take this forward?
Hey, if you've got the time, I've got the time. Okay, if you've got the time, I've got the time. We literally have a descendant of conquistadors up here telling us that we're African, but it was like pulling teeth for him to acknowledge his African roots, right?
I was disappointed about that. I was disappointed. I was very disappointed. And basic knowledge of history. I remember putting up some pictures of the Olmecs, and I was being attacked by some people in South America saying that picture you're showing is not a black man.
Guys,
do you see the nose on old boy? Do you see the hair?
No.
Come on, bro.
This is how the psyops works, Donnie. This is how the psyops works. For years, the only image they would ever show you of Olmecs were the statues with the helmet on. They did that on purpose, because if you just look at the lips, if you just look at the nose, you can say, well, there's some Polynesians with Negro phenotype too, so maybe it's Polynesians. But as soon as you see a statue in a Mexican museum that's literally called, guess what the statue is called? It's called El Negro. El Negro. Olmec statue looking like Wesley Snipes. But wait, there's more. Do you see why they don't want you to see the images of the Olmec without the helmet on? Because you can clearly see that's us, not them, not no Asian. From the Bering Strait migration theory, not the Siberian Strait. You see how our resident conquistador don't know nothing about history, but he wants to dictate heritage to us? He's not part of no indigenous Californian tribe. He don't got no tribal citizenship with a single tribe in California, but he's cosplaying stolen valor, indigenous heritage, and telling us we're not Indian. And I'm a member of a federally recognized tribe. Where they do that at?
All right, Mike, let's I think I have one last question on the books.
Oh boy. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Shout out to everybody tuning in. We're live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. We already got a caller over here on YouTube. Let's see who we got. Let's see. I think this is GJ. Yep, you know what? It is GJ. GJ, go ahead and unmute yourself before I bring you up. Let's make sure your microphone is working. Right now, you are on mute. Okay, we've got him unmuted. GJ, let the people know where you're calling in from and what's on your mind. GJ, are you there?
Like I was asking earlier.
What was that, GJ?
It's going slow.
All right, guys. GJ's having some technical difficulties, y'all. We're going to let him attempt to call back in a moment. But yeah, guys, I actually have a prompt tonight. We've got some questions. If anybody wants to answer these questions in the comment section, or if anybody wants to call in on TikTok or YouTube, you know what to do. First question of the evening. Who do you think has a more valid indigenous claim, Black Americans or Mexicans? Second question. Have you heard of the Major La Raza? And last but not least, why do Latinos hide their African and European heritage? I wonder. What do you guys have to say? And Spirit Gang, if you have any questions, you can click the link and call in. We are accepting live callers here tonight. But let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Tonight, we're talking about the fact that Mexicans don't know history. They don't know nothing about no history. And you know what? I know a lot of you guys are tuning into the broadcast a little bit late. I mean, we got to run it back just a little bit. We got to run it back ever so slightly. Shout out again to the sponsor.
What's up, man?
Jose, welcome to the show. Bienvenido.
Hey, what's up, man? How's everybody doing? Hey, I don't want to be disrespectful or anything, but I'm a Hispanic, homie. I'm a Hispanic, and I truly don't believe that Black people are natives of the Americas. I can understand that there's Black people who got native heritage, but that don't mean that Black people themselves are natives of the Americas. And I don't.
damn. I mean, there's some black people with native heritage. Okay, so it's like some black people with native heritage, but they're not like native to America. But he hasn't done his genealogy. He don't know nothing about the mestizo myth. I mean, guys, I'm not sure if you've realized that although a lot of these Latinos have been online trying to dictate heritage to us, they don't have a basic understanding of their own country's history. Not at all. Not even a little bit. And you know what? We got GJ trying to call back again. GJ, go ahead and unmute yourself. GJ going once. GJ going
I got
twice.
my
All right, there we go.
phone. I'm
GJ,
talking on,
go
and
for it.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go for it. Where are you calling in from and what's on your mind?
I'm calling it from
And you
Illinois,
went silent. Oh, you know
and
what?
my
It's a little
phone's
bit of
going
a
slow.
lag. That's what it is. Okay, your phone's going slow, so it's a lag. No worries. We'll try to keep it going. Go ahead and let us know any thoughts that you have on the whole Mexican controversy.
I think it's funny.
All right, we're
This is
dealing with
going
a
so
lag on the
bad.
audio, so you got to give us more than you just think it's funny. Come on, this is live TV. Talk to us. What are your thoughts?
I'm kind of speechless on that one. I'm sorry about that, and I don't know how to listen.
All right. Well, shoot, if you're speechless and don't know how to listen, there's not really much that we can do for you tonight. We got to keep the content going. Shout out to the folks tuning in on TikTok. If we have anybody who wants to call in on TikTok, you are more than welcome to. I'm actually going to pull up the prompt for the folks on TikTok so that everybody over there can see the questions that I've prepared this evening. Some pretty thought-provoking questions, if I do say so myself. Let me see if I can get them on the screen here. Let's see. I got a handy dandy little image card. It's hiding from me though. Here it is. Found it. All right, all right. So for the folks tuning in on TikTok, you can now see tonight's prompts. Question number one. Question number one. Who do you think has a more valid indigenous claim, Black Americans or Mexicans? Question number two, have you heard of the Major La Raza? And question number three, why do Latinos hide their African and European heritage? Let's get into it. Shout out to Judah Lyon on TikTok, says, ask them to explain Albert Perry. Yeah, not just Albert Perry, who I believe is a resident of the Carolinas, but I think, is it pronounced Luza or Louisa? I'm not too sure, but we've got archaeological evidence, anthropological evidence, oral tradition, written tradition. I mean, come on. Let's talk about it. Indian Giver says none of them don't. Proximity to one. Yeah. Judah says they need to take some notes and do some research. Facts. Let's talk about it. And GJ, I'm sorry that the first time we tried to have you call in, it just wasn't really working. So hopefully we can get you to call in the near future here. Let me see. What can we do? I got a couple guests over here on TikTok backstage. We got a guest on YouTube backstage. Let's go ahead and do this in order of appearance. We got Silver Fox. Silver Fox, let the people know where you calling in from and what's on your mind.
What's up? I'm from Ohio, and I put the comment in your on your channel. I was like, have you looked into the Human Genome Project?
Oh no, go ahead and tell me all about it.
I was watching, I think it's Earth Speaks that was doing something, he was talking on that, and it was talking about the Aboriginals, or the originals rather, and it was saying that all human life traces back to us copper-colored people. Now, as you can tell, I've got mixtures, but I have done my genealogy, and I have to physically go to these places and take actual pictures so I can prove in court. I come from the Saponi tribe. Roberts is my last name. That's in 4 of the Dahl rolls, so there's definitely something there. I just want to put that on there, out there. But He was saying that, and anyone that watches this definitely needs to look into it because this will blow your mind. But it was talking about how copper colored people, which have been forgotten about entirely and lied on for the longest time, that we have a 15 DNA sequence that the Asians, what would you say, Arabic, and or Arabs, and Caucasians have a 6 DNA series or sequence, and Africans have a 9 DNA sequence. And then when you look at, and I think that was the only, and I think Spaniards, full-blooded Spaniards have a 15 DNA sequence, and so do copper-colored beings. Now, I'm not sure if you could consider Spaniards as copper-colored. I'm not sure. And Mexicans are not full-blown, or they don't have a 15 DNA sequence, and Puerto Ricans also do not. But it's absolutely fascinating. I would recommend anyone and everyone to look into this, whatever your colors and whatever your mixture is. I've got a bunch, as you can tell. My father, copper-colored, grandparents, both copper-colored. Their grandparents and their grandparents are all copper-colored too. You see the persons of color on all theirs, mulatto, Negro, all of the reclassifications. Three or 4 of them, I believe, served in what was it, the Revolutionary War, I believe it was. And I think maybe back then, I'm not telling you, I'm very ignorant of all this stuff. I'm waking up spiritually a second time. And what you're doing, I'm going to say, this is a part of why I wanted to say this too. What you are doing here is mind-blowingly powerful, because when I looked into this, I'm like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. So I know so much about, I don't know if you're into this kind of stuff, but the Matrix and the Illuminati and the Anunnaki and the knowledge and the wisdom that comes with our DNA, whether those who want to actually, tap into programming their DNA, if you know anything about that. But, law of attraction, cymatic frequencies and whatnot. But this gem that I've been discovering about all these people want to bring so much like oneness and like, wow, there's actually something going on. Like, we're not alone, first and foremost. And I don't know, it's just beautiful. And I cannot say how much I love and appreciate what you're doing. The fact that you're just fucking, if you don't mind, I don't know if you like the cussing or not, but if you, but
okay,
the fact that you're just really
freely.
Okay, cool. And the fact that you're just drilling at this stuff and you're just not tolerating, I'm waking up too. So I'm like coming from a second time, coming from a very ignorant place. And I'm like, man, I don't know I went through some traumatic stuff with, relationships a while ago too. So I'm like, oh man, I'm getting out the mud. And I'm like, thank you. That's pretty want to say thank you to all the other people too, that are waking up in this and doing their best to be gracious and balanced and having integrity and stuff like that. That's all I wanted to say. But most importantly, look into the Human Genome Project. It's mind-blowing, dude.
For sure, most def. Well, hey, since we got you here, if you want to answer tonight's prompt, go for it.
Do you think has a more valid indigenous claim? Oh, absolutely. And that's kind of going back to what I was saying, like Puerto Ricans and Mexicans are not the originators. They may have, a few of them may have that within them, kind of like me in a sense, where I look Caucasian. I would say from my observation, I have some of the phenotypes of the copper colored. And I was looking at this other chick, I seen a video of, she was very dark skinned, very neuromelanated, right? But there's someone that was very prejudiced in the comments, like, oh, you're obviously European because of your phenotype. She's like, no, all these phenotypes and any and all of them come from me. So whatever the phenotypes that you assume and associate with Caucasianism, whatever, they all come from us copper colored people. So, but yeah, that's to answer that. Have you ever heard of, I have not heard of what is that, Major La Raza? Or do Latinos hide their African? That's a good question. I mean, either, why do Latinos hide their African and European heritage? Well, because my assumption, my relatively educated assumption is they don't want to be lumped in with all the other like murderers and rapists and they don't want to be lumped in any regard to that, because they, to my understanding, anyone and everyone wants to feel different than the status quo of let's put our necks on the indigenous people and let's keep them there. Let's not talk about it in any other country that wants to talk about it. You're going to have an effing problem with this United States government. So it goes so deep, but I would say shame maybe. That could be the only thing I can think of. And I guess the obvious fact that they're not indigenous.
I got you. Most def. And I think earlier you spoke to completing genealogy research. Do you know what country originally your folks migrated from on certain lineages, or?
Well, they're from here. From my mom's side, because she is Caucasian, that would say England. From and Wales, I've done a little bit. I got to do more in hers, but there's not really any indigenous there, so I didn't mind too much looking into. I do plan on it. I had to get their last names and stuff like that. For some reason, it's harder to find theirs for some reason, but my dad's was very easy to find because of the reclassification and stuff like that too. But with her family, they're from
And
England and stuff like that.
and when you say that your father was reclassified, what
No,
was
not
he
not
reclassified
my
as?
father. Not my father. My would it be great? Well, the fourth great, his name's Jefferson Waldo Scott. And Scott's also in the doll rolls too. Bowles is also in the doll roll. That's my mom's last name. But he was reclassified to Negro, and I think his sons or no brothers were classified as persons of color. Four of them.
Who in
Three
your
of them.
family exactly are you saying was reclassified to Negro?
I would say it would be my great grandfather, or yeah, great grandfather, and his brother,
Okay, I got you.
and his brother.
So and that's on your father's side, right?
Yes, that's on my father's mom's side, I believe. I gotta double check, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But your father wasn't actually classified as black or Negro?
No, he's black, quote unquote, right? Like he's classified as black, and obviously I know that we're not black, we're Indian, but I'm trying to re-educate my family, and that's a bit of a challenge. Also telling them that we're not from Africa and all that other
So you're
stuff.
saying on the mother's side, come from Europe somewhere. On the father's side, your father's basically a black man. It's just when you did the research, you learned that the black people really come from the Americas. They didn't come from Africa.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Got you. I got you for sure.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to tracing your father's lineage, were there any like tribes that came up or anything like that, or certain regions?
Well, I would. Well, it's Oklahoma, I would say, because I gotta say, I'm pretty ignorant on this stuff, so bear with me. But for some of my research, during the Oklahoma stuff, where they had to go, they were forced to go that way, or they would be forced to be like slaves, or forced to, yeah, if I remember correctly, that's it. My grandmother passed away when my dad was 13, so I never got to know her. She was neuromelanated. She's copper colored. She has all the phenotypes too. I never got to connect with her. My grandfather passed away when he was 60, when I was like 1 or 2. So I only got to know him a little bit, and alcoholism runs really, really bad in my family too. But what was your question? I forgot what your question was again.
So the father's side, what tribes popped up? You said something about Oklahoma, but are there any like names of tribes? Or
Catawbas was one, because Saponi was the primary one, but I think they kind of went along with Catawbas, if I'm pronouncing that right, as well. There's also
and when you say Saponi, what region of the U.S. is that?
I would North Carolina. Is it north or south? One of those two. I think it's North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Virginia and parts of North Carolina. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so when we talk about doing the genealogy research, so as far as your European admixture starts with your mother.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. And then when it comes to researching on your father's side, how far back were you able to go? Are we talking 1900s, 1800s, 1700s?
I think it was either early 1700s. I think it was early 1700s, because my great grandfather or great grandfather lived for 113 years. So he lived through 3 different eras, actually. But yeah, it would be the great. And I'm having a really hard time. This is where I have to do the actual footwork and get on the ground and go to the places and stuff like that to get anything before that. Because I can get his cemetery, I can get the cemetery of these people, but I'm collecting all the data. It's kind of hard to now because the government shut down. So I'm finding it much more challenging to get on the National Archives too. And just when I found another part of my family that was also connected to the tribes, but I've seen Cherokee too. I feel like there's more. There's definitely more, because there's, on my dad's side, all there is melanated people. So on my mom's side, there's all of them are Caucasian, but my mom has told me too that she's got.
I'm looking at the chat, and we got some folks in the chat that are doubting the authenticity of the tale that you were telling. Vincent, be nice, Vincent, be nice. How about this? Since you say that you have so many melanated family members on your father's side of the family, are you able to like provide a photo?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I would do that right now, unless you're like, I don't know how to do that. How I would send you that.
Oh no,
I'll do
like
that. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. No, you're
you're on
good.
your phone, right? Yeah,
Yeah, I got you. No, you're good.
just like photo book or something, you know.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
As a light skinned brother, I'm sure that you get this often. Okay,
Oh, I get
you
it
have
all
the
the time.
complexion for protection.
No, I
You
get it
know,
all the time. Well, that's what gives me the edge when it comes to us colored people, because I can be that person like, oh, I look white. Try fucking with me. And I got these
yeah, that's
brothers
right.
backing me up as well. So you ain't gonna be messing with me because I
You
got
just got to be real careful about saying that N word.
I know I know how the game works.
You got
Trust
to
me. I
make
know.
sure that you got some black family around if you say.
Well, no, that's the part about being mixed though, is you gotta stand on business no matter how the fuck it is, bro. I can
Oh
sit
Lord,
here and
you
tell
stand
people
on business, y'all.
I can tell people I'm brown till I'm blue in the face until I die. Ain't nobody gonna believe me. Don't forget we got some prejudiced colored people out here too, man.
Yeah,
Indians too.
can't y'all tell? We are just looking at a mulatto man right now. Matter of fact, a mulatto Indian.
That's
This
why
right
I
here is a
don't say
mulatto Indian.
that's why I don't say mulatto, because you know what mulatto means, right?
Yep.
That means mule, man. I ain't no mule.
Mm-hmm. You ain't no mule. That's right. You ain't no donkey.
All right, I got y'all. See, we got receipts over here. I've been doing this thing for a minute, bro.
Go ahead, y'all. He got receipts.
I
He
got
got
receipts, bro.
receipts. Hold on.
I told you.
I'm looking for the melanin. I see someone on the far right who looks like Barack Obama slightly. Is that
That's my grandfather, actually.
Okay, hold on. Zoom in a little more on him. A little more. Wait a minute. Okay. So which ones are the black people in that photo?
Hold
Point
on.
them out for us. Okay. These look like some photos.
She was a
These look
slave,
like some
actually.
photos that would be displayed in Cracker Barrel.
I mean, they're white. What you mean?
I mean, no. I'm just. We specifically asked you to show us the photos of your melanated family.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is we copper colored people. We ain't just brown. We all shades of that. Even one of the ancestors speak of that, my guy.
So where's the copper though? I didn't see any copper. All I saw was mayonnaise. I saw mayonnaise and black and white.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell.
Black and white mayonnaise.
Well, there are black and white pictures, though. That's the problem, though.
I saw nothing but black. Hold on. Stay right there. I switched over my screen share. I can't see it yet. Okay. There we go. So here are your black ancestors or your white ancestors? I'm confused.
It's melanated. It's not about being black. It's about copper color.
God. So we've transcended race. We've transcended blackness. They are neuromelanated people.
Well, no, because I was saying that's why I talked about the genome project. Is that copper color? All races come from copper colored people, because it's not just being brown. It's every shade of bronze or copper.
Of copper. That's right. And sir, you wouldn't happen to have a penny on deck, would you?
I do not.
I know that a penny is a very small denomination, but I'm sure somewhere in your home, even between a couch cushion, you should be able to find a penny somewhere, right?
Yeah, I got it. Gee, that's the problem. That's the problem too. Is like I don't.
Wait, hold on. Before we get to the next problem, just take that penny and put it on your cheek. Now, when we say nice nail polish, by the way, when we say copper, I mean, I'm not necessarily. I mean, I'd say you're maybe 4 or 5 shades away. I mean, I'd say, I don't know.
That's the thing too. It's like you guys can. It's not about color. It's first and foremost, it's about genetics, and two, I just said it's about shades of copper. That's where the prejudice kind of comes in, and I'm not calling you prejudice. Yeah. I'm saying that. No. And the thing about it too, it's about genetic.
We are totally being prejudiced right now, and we need to step back from our inherent bias and stop being prejudiced towards our mixed breed our mixed breed copper colored brother up here. Okay, he just has hints of wheat. That's all it is. He has hints of wheat, but somewhere beneath the wheat is copper. He says. Okay, he says he has ancestors that are black. He was going to show us some photos. All the photos happen to be white, but somewhere in the closet were some black ones. He just didn't want to show it to us, right?
I actually should be. I can find more.
Find some more. We want to see some ones that would have been told to not use the front door back in Jim Crow. Okay, we want to see some ones who would have been marching with Rosa Parks and Martin Luther. Okay, we don't want to see the Cracker Barrel photos.
Well, I mean, they're black and,
then,
white.
hold on. And Joey, how dare you say that, Joey? Joey, how dare you? We give everybody a fair shake on Mike TV, and if he says that he's a half-breed Euro black Indian, okay, then goddamn it, maybe he is. Just maybe.
Well, that's the sad part about this.
Hold on, Timmy. Hold on, little Timmy. Hold on. Goddamn, if he says that he's a half-breed black copper color Indian, then maybe that's exactly what he is. Have you guys ever thought about that? Have you ever stopped and thought instead of being prejudiced? Guys, guess what? If he is a copper color mixed breed black Indian, then you know what is also true? We went to the moon and jet fuel melts steel beams. And okay. I think you guys get where I'm going with this. Sir, I've given you plenty of time to stall by now. Can you find any photos of black people yet? Any photos of the black people? The black.
I will come back on. Then let me back on. I'll show you.
Okay. He's gonna come back on, y'all. He gotta find the photos. That was good. That was some entertainment. I needed that shit right there. I needed that after a long day. After a long day of content creation, that's exactly what I need. Shout out to him for being a good troll, okay? It's been a long time since we had a good troll. And the sad part is, I don't think this was trolling. I think this was a hint of mental instability. I think he really believed it. I think he really believed everything that he was saying about being neuro-melanin, black, indigenous, Scottish, European. I don't know, y'all, but he believed that shit. And that's the scary part. That is the scary part. Then says, what's on his birth certificate? Caucasian. You know, damn boy. Hey, he been watching Mike TV. That motherfucker been smoking, watching Mike TV, and he's been putting himself in our shoes and vicariously living through the history of our ancestors. And he says, you know what? Yeah, my grandfather was reclassified to Negro. Yeah. Black struggle, that's me. Yeah, I'm a Saponi black Indian. Yeah, I mean, hey, you can identify as whatever you want to. I think the UN says that we have the right to self-identification, right, guys? So you can be whatever you want to be. Some days I identify as an attack helicopter. We can be what we want to be. Okay. We ain't gonna talk about the woman being men and the man being woman, but you can be what you want to be. This is America. God bless the boys in blue. And I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget those who died to give that right to me. Come on. Let's talk about that patriotic propaganda we were imbued with since childhood. I mean, guys, that was a crazy exchange, wasn't it? What do you guys think? Only on Mike TV. Only on Mike TV. We have mans coming up here claiming to be a black Indian. And the crazy thing is, even if he didn't have his camera on, even if it was just his voice, we know who our people are and who aren't. We know what a fair-skinned brother looks like and what a white tea palm-colored person looks like. Right? He came up here trying to front like he was Tyreek Withers. He came up here trying to front like he was Tyreek. Y'all know Tyreek, right? Is there anybody out there who's not familiar with Tyreek? I just saw his new movie with is it Marlon Wayans? Him. The movie was called Him. Boy came up here fronting like he was Tyreek. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. He thought that we wouldn't see through it. He said, no, y'all. No, I'm Tyreek Withers. That's what it is. I'm just really, really light-skinned. I'm black. I promise y'all, I'm just really, really, really light-skinned. I'm black, though. I'm blackity black, though. Shout out to Tyreek. Tyreek, albeit a fair-skinned brother, this man actually has our shared lineage. Hold up. I'm trying to get a close-up on him, because he's a perfect case study, okay? Talk about the complexion for protection and whatnot, okay? Tyreek, believe it or not, he still shares our lineage. That last caller we had does not share our lineage. Another one, white passing, still shares our lineage. Haley Steinfeld, half Jewish, half black indigenous, right? She was in the movie Sinners. Haley Steinfeld. You may look at her and think that this is just a white woman, but in actuality, this is someone who is a mixed race individual. I believe her mother is black, her father is Jewish. Haley Steinfeld. So it was actually very, very appropriate when she was in the movie Sinners playing a white passing black woman, because in real life, that's what she is, a mixture of Jewish and black. And when we say black, we already know we're talking black indigenous, because barely any of us came from Africa, okay? Last time I checked, her mama ain't come from no Africa, all right? But to the last caller, you're not a Haley Steinfeld. You're not a Tyreek Withers. You're not. Nice try, though. Kind of, sort of. Not really. And Pitt called, spoke to the elephant in the room. He said he still never showed his pops. No, he showed his pops. He showed his all family. It was all the Mayo people. It was all the Mayo folks. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But above all else, are you not entertained? Guys, we know our people so well to where you can be so white passing like Haley, and we can still tell through the phenol. We can still tell, like, wait a minute, nah, it's a little chocolate in that pudding. Okay, there's a little chocolate in that pudding. But oh boy, that called in, oh Silver Fox, I want to know, where's the chocolate? Where's the chocolate at, Silver Fox? Where is the cocoa? Where's the cocoa, Silver?
Here it is. Here's my dad.
Show us the cocoa.
Here's my cousins.
We in love with the cocoa. Where's the cocoa?
There's my cousins right there. If you can see it. You see it, right?
I see black people. Hold on. Zoom in closer. Okay. I see a ninja.
Yep. There's my cousin.
See a ninja. I see another ninja. Cousin.
Hold on. There's my father.
Okay. Wait a minute now. Zoom in real close now. All right. That could be a Tyreek Withers. Okay. Hold on, y'all. That could be a Tyreek. Hey, this is the Roman Coliseum. Okay. You guys vote. Is his father a Tyreek Withers or no? No. Go back to that photo of your pops. Go back to it. My audience has to vote. Is that a Tyreek Withers? Or is that a Puerto Rican man? I'm kidding. What do you guys think? Is this like if Tyreek Withers had a baby with a white woman, then the baby just comes out looking like a Chad Bradley? Or what? People say that your pops look Irish black.
Bruh.
Perhaps. Who knows? On YouTube, the folks are saying no. The jury isn't out. The jury is not out.
Tough crowd, damn, bro.
The jury is still deliberate. Okay, wait. We're gonna take you through the test. Okay, this is how you know if you're one of us. If we were in the indigenous days, we would do certain hand signals, and if you didn't respond accordingly, we'd know you were a foreigner, right? But this is how we tell nowadays. Okay, if you're crying and your father wants you to stop crying, what does your father tell you?
If you're crying and your father wants you to stop crying, what does he tell you?
Yep.
What? Stop crying? Grow up?
Okay. Next question. Next question.
Yeah.
What do these acronyms mean? IKYFL.
Wait, say it again.
IKYFL.
I don't know.
Sorry,
you
failed. You failed. You used way too long. Okay, last one. This for all the marbles. Okay. This for all the marbles. If a black person comes up and says to you, God is good, what is the proper response that you should give?
I am God.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he failed every single answer, just like we thought he would. Who is that? Who is that mixed race man? Yo, who is that man that he was showing a photo of? Who is that? Because that ain't your daddy. That ain't your daddy. Who is that man that you were showing a photo of? The first question I asked him is, if your black father sees you crying and wants you to stop crying, what does he tell you? And he said, he says, stop crying. No, my audience knows the answer. If you were of our culture, you would know the answer. The answer is, stop crying before I give you something to cry about. Yeah. Next question I gave him, what do the acronyms IKYFL mean? If he knew our culture, if he was a part of our culture, it would be encoded in him to know that that stands for, I know you fucking lying, just like you up here doing right now, boy. Just like you doing right now, okay? Last question. If a black person says to you, God is good, what do you respond with? I'm not even a Christian. I ain't even been in the church as much as half y'all, right? But even I know that the proper response is, when someone says God is good, you say all the time. This motherfucker's response was, I am God, spoken like a colonizer, okay? Spoken like a colonizer. A black person comes up to him and says, God is good, and his white ass tells them, I am God. Yeah, you're a Caucasian man, sir. You're a Caucasian. Vince says that was a stepdaddy. Hey, I don't know. I don't know what is going on tonight. Thank him for the entertainment, at least. We at least thank him for the entertainment. Lord, oh Lord, we thank him for the entertainment. Whoo, that was a good one. I think Silver Fox has a little bit more for us. Go ahead, Silver Fox.
I was literally going to show you a picture, literally, of my father, bro. Like, it's so disrespectful that you're saying that. It's literally my dad.
I know, it's so wrong. I know.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's disrespectful. That's my dad right there.
No, it's just mad disrespectful. I know it's wrong. It's so wrong of us. We are participating in colorism, and this is what's wrong with the black community, and this is why we can't get ahead, and this is why we can't get reparations, because we discriminate. No, we're black. We are cursed, okay? We are cursed like Ham, because when we see a fair-skinned brother like this, we shun him instead of embracing him. For all we know, he is albino, guys. For all we know, he's an albino.
And you're gonna say that's my stepdad? That's disrespectful as fuck to the ancestors. What the fuck are you talking about? That's my goddamn father, bro. That is prejudice. It's ignorance.
Dude, I know, bro. Fuck, dude, you shit, dude. I fucking know, bro. It's fucked up, dude. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to get these dudes off your back, bro. I'm with you. We're locked in, dude. It's totally tubular, bro. It's totally tubular. Just chill. I'm trying to get these Negroes in line, okay? It's totally tubular between us. Chill. We still got a 7 a.m. tea time on Sunday, okay? We're chill. Early morning golfing, you and me, bud. Chill. Now, this is getting very, very interesting, guys. This is getting very, very interesting. On the one hand, he has shown a photo of the father, but on the other hand, he did fail every single test that we gave him. I don't know, guys. Should we give him a chance to redeem himself?
My mom.
Should we ask him some more questions? Huh?
My mom said that stuff. My dad never said that. I'll give you something to cry about. My mom said that.
Is your mom here right now?
Yeah, but she's white.
But wait.
No,
can we get your mom to confirm that she gave birth to a black baby?
Well, I'm based on the consider I'm not black. I'm indigenous first and foremost, and it would be mulatto.
You're an indigenous mulatto. I know. I'm just saying, would your mama get on the show real quick and say, yes, I gave birth to an indigenous mulatto?
Well, I mean, my mom's schizophrenic, my dude. So I don't think I should ask her that.
Damn,
she don't even know what the fuck's going on. So
damn it.
So, but no, like, I mean, that's why I'm not trying to like say anything. I love you. It's like, I love you guys. I'm not some colonizer, whatever. That doesn't, what? I'm literally showing you a picture of my dad. Like, I don't know if that was more proof do you need. Like, I have to answer these three ignorant, I don't even want to say ignorant, these ridiculous questions to prove that I'm black. Like, that's ridiculous. And I'm not black. I'm indigenous. At least the ancestors are. So it's absolutely, it's insane. It's insane. I literally showed you proof. You're going to say, oh, well, that's a stepdad. He just stepped in. That's disrespectful. Especially we're talking about elders. You're talking about ancestors. These people manifest throughout time. I just talked about fucking 15 DNA sequence. I talked about the Anunnaki, and that doesn't necessarily prove anything. But it's like, bro, yes, it's disrespectful. And you're copper color too. You're lighter skin too. What is that? I can say you're Mexican. I'm not gonna sit here and deny who you are. I gotta sit here and prove how black I am to you guys. And I understand it's definitely a time for it now. Don't get me wrong. I definitely understand that shit. That's why I'm sitting here doing this shit. But it's ridiculous because even if I show you, I still don't get accepted. That's why I don't like getting caught up in this bullshit.
You know what? I think that we can just end this debate once and for all. Okay, we can just end this debate once and for all. Okay, all you got to do is repeat the phrase "What's good, my nigga."
What's good, my nigga?
I didn't know he was gonna actually do it, guys.
Well,
Guys, before Mike ever gave somebody the N-word pass, just know that they showed me a photo of their mulatto father, okay? He didn't even hesitate with that one. I think he said that before. I think he said that several times.
Literally mixed. And the sad part too is like we were forced, genetics were forced.
I don't think some people understand the authenticity of your indigenous black copper color mulatto-ness yet. I think that we need you to say "What's good, my nigga" one more time, but this time to really cement it, we need that black power fist. One time with me. Come on, at the same time.
What's good, my nigga?
What the fuck kind of neo-Nazi shit is that?
That's an African symbol. You don't know what that means? You don't know what that means?
We indigenous, not African. What the fuck?
Well, no. It's an African symbol for oneness.
You over here praying to the devil, y'all. He praying to the devil now.
Come on, don't even talk about that. Hold on. You want to talk about occultism, bro? You want to talk about occultism, bro?
Shout out to Tasha. Shout out to Tasha on TikTok. Tasha says he say that shit every day. I can tell, right?
Actually, I don't, because I get backlash all the time from it. That's why I don't. And I know. Like, I understand too. Like, a lot of indigenous people are growing or healing. I ain't trying to stir that up because they see my skin color and they're like, no, get the fuck out of here. But I have to stand on business too at the same time, though. But at the same time, I understand that. You say what? And like, I would say this. What's up, my nigga? Like, no, it's like, it's not black power. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's a rhythm, bro. Trust me, I get it. It's a rhythm, and I'm getting my rhythm back.
Now here's the thing. I know, just like Stella got a groove back, you're getting your rhythm back. I got it. But here's the thing. You have to understand, as a fair-skinned brother of ours, as a fair-skinned copper color Indian brother, hold on. You face an uphill battle. So it'd be easier for you. So it'd be easier for you if you at least embraced the culture of your father some more. You know, just the way you dress isn't really of our culture. The black nail polish. The black nail polish is not really of our culture. The biker tweaker neck tattoo isn't really of our culture. Okay?
I have raw and I have wars, bro. What you mean?
I'm just saying.
I have raw. I have wars, man. That's occultism, bro.
It can be the Eye of Ra. It can be a Quetzalcoatl emblem for all we know, but it's coming off like tweaker neck tattoo. That's what I'm saying. It's just coming off like tweaker neck tattoo a little bit. Okay.
Quetzalcoatl, bro. If you don't even, we probably don't even know who that is. Quetzalcoatl is, bro. These are what I'm actually trying to do. You talking about me repping our heritage? Yeah, Quetzalcoatl. But you talk about us repping our heritage, bro.
You mean this right here?
Hold on, bro. You mean the feathered serpent right here? The amethyst dragon?
You might be one of us, guys.
Oh, I am. I told you about the Anunnaki. Oh, I am.
Oh, shit.
I don't fuck around. I got with you.
Whoa.
You're talking about embracing the ancestors. I got the feathers right here, my guy.
He got feathers, y'all. He got feathers up in this bitch.
So I'm adapting. I'm learning how to change the frequency and shit. It just takes time. That's why I'm
sage, y'all. Burn the sage. Light the sage. He got feathers. He got the feathers. He got feathers. Oh, Lord. We got us a white black Indian up on the Lord. The ancestors are with us.
You're funny, bro. I like it. Hey, don't forget, we got the Metatron's cube too, bro. Don't fuck with me, bro. We got the Metatron's cube.
I don't know nothing about no Megatron cube.
Well, you gotta do some motherfucking research, bro. You better do some motherfucking research. That has every geometric shape in it, bro. Every geometrical shape, every sacred geometry is inside of that symbol itself, bro, which is the foundation of the physical realm, the third dimension, bro. You can get me onto occultism now. We talk about Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. Do you even know what that represents? Which you should.
Tell us, sir. Tell us. We are just some ignorant Negroes.
No, come on. Don't project on me like that, bro. I ain't showing nothing but love either. I ain't casting nothing on y'all. The only thing is talked about prejudice because I do deal with it all the time, bro. It sucks. Whether you accept me or not. That's the fucking role that I gotta play. I just have to deal with people not accepting.
See, I understand your plight. Trust me, I do. But if you're gonna claim the culture, claim the heritage, you have to at least be steeped in it some way. I mean, if you fail all of our black culture questions and it takes you so long to find the photo of the black daddy and you're dressing like a white boy, moving like a white boy, talking like a white, it's gonna be you understand why it's an uphill battle for you.
Yeah, right? Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's the weird part with when you operate in the white bullshit with the smiley and we're cool, but they stab you in the back 24/7. When you look that way and you're outcast by your brothers and sisters, if you even want to consider them that, because they don't even look at you that way, it's very fucking confusing. But you still got to do you. You still got to stick with the truth. You still got to go against the grain, against religion, against all these stuff. And I said that we are God because we are consciousness, bro. And when I point at all right, we're gonna drop some knowledge if you don't mind. When you point at the sky, above,
my white, indigenous, black, copper color brother,
exactly,
drop it.
When you talk about as above, so below with Baphomet, don't get all satanic and scared on me. The reason why this goes up and this goes down is as above, so below. This is positive pole, the right side of the brain, which is the masculine, which is about willpower and logic. And you got the down because it starts from the mind and it goes down and manifests in the physical plane. And the left side is the negative pole, the feminine side. Masculine, light. This side's the dark side, feminine side. You have to balance them to have a balance for the electromagnetic field.
Time out. Yeah. I see somebody on TikTok, Papanganda769 says, he is the true poster child of erasure in real time. Crazy work. He took the knowledge too. Well, you know what? Papa Naga, whatever your name is, hold on. Papa Naga, I'm gonna just call you P because I can't pronounce that shit.
Naga too. I know what the Nagas are. This is yeah.
P. Even if you're wrong, P. Even if you're wrong, you're right. And you're so right. There's no way for you to be wrong, because here's the thing. Even if he truly has our heritage, even if he truly has our lineage, God damn it, at least he acknowledges it. I don't think he's going to give me any pushback when I say it. He is still the literal poster child of erasure, because although in Central and South America it was much more prevalent and in your face with the branquillamento and the Major La Raza, we still had the same colonial policies in North America where over time they wanted to breed the indigeneity out of us. So when I say you're correct, P, and he's still the true poster child of erasure, even if he has Black indigenous heritage to his father. The reason why he's still a poster child for erasure is because this is exactly what the powers that be wanted. You take that Black indigenous person and graft them onto a European settler, and now you got a mulat or mulatto. Then have them have a baby with a European settler, and now that person comes out even fair skinned. And you keep doing that until eventually they're white passing, raised in the dominant European society, and it's few and far in between where we get someone like him who's white presenting, but still has a lot of this culture and knowledge and heritage, seemingly, right? So
That was brilliantly said, and it does sadden me. Like that shit was on purpose.
Guys,
like they did
imagine, guys, if he has a baby with a white woman, what is his kids gonna imagine the kind of shit his kids gonna get if his kids gonna be like, yeah, my dad's part Black, and then they show a picture of this dude. No, you gotta go to your granddad. Okay? It gets like that.
Well, the crazy part is I've actually, because I'm very like, I've actually decided after I found out just recently that the indigenous people are here, and I've got that Anunnaki type shit in my DNA, like realizing that and bringing up that wisdom and knowledge and stuff like that, and occultism, that I refuse to sleep with another. And I do actually have a child with a white woman, but I refuse to have children with white women or Asians or Arabic people. That's how dedicated I am to this. Like, it's no game to me.
So you said before you got the knowledge, you had a baby with a white woman, but now if you have another baby, you're going to get you a Black queen.
No, well, yeah, anybody that's neuromelanated, there's no way I could go, because every time I operate with people that are not fucking neuromelanated, all I get is nonsensical bullshit, shit that just don't make motherfucking sense. I'd be talking to people at work.
Tell me about it. Was your baby mama putting raisins in the salad?
No, but I don't. She's just like she just didn't make no motherfucking sense. And I just bump across a lot of fucking white people or Caucasian people that there's no logic behind their shitty ass actions. That's just who they are. I don't see that shit at all with neuromelanated people at all. There's almost always a reason for everything. And if there's not a reason, it's because they're in survival mode. And I made this post earlier today. I was like, if you catch us neuromelanated or copper colored people, if you catch us being like going through some shit, you're going to get all the smoke. You're going to get the motherfucking smoke if we're going through survival mode. But any other time, we ain't trying to be like you white people that push us down and shit. If we take over, there's going to be some people that won't go some revenge, but most people ain't going to allow that because the black queens, the black goddesses ain't going to allow that. The neuromelanated goddess ain't going to allow it.
And all the time out. Speaking of the black goddesses, we've got some black goddesses watching on TikTok, watching on YouTube. What message do you have for the black goddesses? I know you're actively hunting for baby mama number 2. You want this one to be not just a neuromelanated queen, but a melanated queen. You want to go back to your black indigeneity by changing the direction of the complexion of your lineage by now having children that have a more indigenous American phenotype. So if we have a lady out there who may be the one for you, who may be looking for a zaddy with a little bit of chocolate in them, right? What message do you have for the queens out there?
I'd say for the goddesses, man, I would for any goddess that weeps, all mankind should weep. That's what I say to the goddesses. Whether they're not whether they're made or not, but any goddess, if any woman, any goddess that gets hurt, all men, neuromelanated men, should weep.
Oh shit! Hold on. Wait, go back to where you were just at. You go back to the position in the room that you were just in. Go back. You're kind of back against the wall, under the light, a little bit back to the left corner. Go back. Whoa, guys, hold on. I see a little bit of a tan there. I see a little bit of a permanent tan. Oh shit. Oh, wait a minute. So again, if you have this one opportunity, this one moment to capture it, are you gonna let it slip? We got melanated queens watching right now. What are you willing to do to capture this melanated queen like a Pokemon? What are you going to do?
I don't chase, I attract, my guy. But like I said, for any goddess that weeps, all men should cry. That right there tells you how I feel about goddesses, bro.
Ooh, Lord, he just said he'll rub your feet and eat your booty like groceries, y'all. He just said if any goddess weeps, everybody should weep. Oh, he's spitting that game on these black women.
Yeah, I don't play, bro.
Shout out to Lineage Business. Lineage Business says that's shading from the light, not a tan. I know, I'm just to go. Ooh, we having fun tonight, y'all. We having fun tonight.
We actually do have a tan.
Hey, you guys can reach your own conclusion, but we do have to at least acknowledge that it is a well-known fact that we do have people in our community who have such heavy European admixture that they actually are white passing or white presenting. There's nothing new to us, guys. It's happened before. It's gonna happen again, right? I mean, come on. We all know about this. Hey, some of you guys may be surprised to hear, or really, this might just be news to you because you never even heard of this rapper, right? But there's actually a rapper out there named Logic. Right. Let me get some fist or feathers in the chat if you guys know about the rapper named Logic. Well, this rapper named Logic, he actually has melanated heritage, if you will. Not only does he have melanated heritage, but he is indistinguishable from a white man, basically. He's white passing as white passing can get. I mean, this right here is Logic with his ex-girl. Now, oh boy, up here, so Silver Fox. I mean, he looked pretty similar to Logic, don't he? He got the same, and then up at the top, I get a little Tammy. He looked just the same as Logic, and Logic actually got a black daddy, believe it or not. There's people out there who are very admixed to the point where they have the complexion for protection. They take that saying to a whole new level. So guys, here's the thing. Here's what I'm doing tonight. Just for those that are a bit confused, right? Just for those that are a bit confused. I'm non-biased. If actually I'm the most fair and neutral party in this discussion. I myself have some European admixture. I have a blonde haired, blue eyed German grandmother. My mother, some would say, is a mulatto, right? I'm not unfamiliar with people being white. I mean, clearly I'm not white passing. Clearly I'm reclassified as birth as a African American, right, guys? Didn't become an American Indian until 2021 when I did my genealogy and got tribal citizenship. But either way, I say all that to say that if there's anyone who understands the plausibility of his claims, it would be me. And as your humble host, as your humble servant, I'm here to entertain you, educate you, and let you reach your own conclusions. So, guys, whether you're watching the replay or watching this live, post what you think in the chat. Do you believe he's a culture vulture trying to grift his way into our community and our Aboriginal awakening that we're undertaking? Or do you think that he's really just a fair-skinned brother who's really down with the get down? But either way, I do have to ask you, if you know that you have the complexion for protection, if you say that you still honor this heritage and this lineage, what are you doing to use your phenotype as an advantage to be an ally to our movement?
Well, first of all, I was actually going to buy land and there's a lot of things I want to do, but I originally was going to make an electromagnetic generator in the past. I kind of fell, quote unquote.
No. You claim you a black copper color Indian with us. We ain't talking about no electromagnetic generators. We're saying you are white passing. If any white person sees you, they will not think you have any melanated heritage at all. So what are you actively doing to use that to your advantage to be an ally to our community?
Well, first of all, I'm telling everyone that we're not black and we're not African. I think that's one of the most simple and most important ones. And educate every single page I come across.
Time out right there. That is not you using your phenotype to be an ally. If anything, that causes contention, debate, confusion because you appear to be a white man. So if you just come up talking about, hey guys, we're not black, they're gonna be like, are you French? So again, how are you using your phenotype to benefit our struggle?
Well, I mean, that's your approach. I don't always get that approach from everybody. When I post in comments, stuff like that, I get likes. I get stuff like that too. So not everybody just assumes.
I'm gonna ask you. I just put you on mute. I gotta ask you again. I don't think you understand the question. And if the question is nothing, if the question is, hey Mike, I've never thought of it that way. Hey Mike, I've never thought of using my phenotype as an advantage to open doors. But hey, then that's your answer. But what have you done, if anything, to use your phenotype as an advantage to be an ally?
I guess my point is I feel like I'm doing stuff. I'm just not fully conscious of it. So like I don't really know what would be considered as it, I guess, in a sense. Well, one, I can't stand racism. So obviously that's the thing that I don't allow.
You failed. We give you so many chances and you fail every time, man. It's quite cumbersome. I'm sorry. This is how it works. You should have been honest and said, Mike, I've never thought of it that way. I don't do anything. Damn, Mike, that's crazy. There's something that I can do to help your community and use my phenotype to better your movement. Damn, how can I help? Where do I sign up? But you're not being honest. Oh, well, no, I believe that racism is bad. And I tell people we're not really black. Sir, that's not what we're talking about. We're saying if you are white passing, what are you doing? Let's use the Sinners movie reference. Shout out to the people who saw Sinners. Now, if you remember, in the movie Sinners, Haley Steinfeld's character, she was white passing, and she used that as a way to help the other people, part of the black community that she's associated with. There was even the scene where she went out after the other white folks to try to get their gold to give to the twins because they were struggling with their juke joint. Of course, that ended in disaster. But guys, I mean, is it such a complex question for him to grasp? I mean, do I have to put it in more plainer English? I mean, Lord, if I was white passing, the things I could accomplish, the doors I can enter, the intelligence I could gather, the way people would speak around me would be different. When I was around some Europeans, they would speak with no filter. But since I have this phenotype, they still know I'm separate from them. So they're always going to hold their tongue to a degree. I mean, guys, I don't know, when we bring him back up, maybe he'll just be honest and say, Mike, I've never thought of it this way. I don't do anything right now to use my phenotype to be an ally, but I want to learn how. We would accept that. That would at least be honest. But we really take issue with not only someone who appears to be a white man claiming our culture so heavily, but even if that's true, even if you have our lineage, if you ain't doing nothing to aid in this movement, to aid in this revolutionary progress, then what are you doing with that white card of yours? Squandering it, wasting it. Guys, I'm fair skinned, but I'm still clearly classified as a black man. But guess what? As a lighter skinned black man, I've been able to be an advocate for my community in ways that I wouldn't be able to if I was darker skinned. I was entered into prestigious conglomerations, different circumstance, access to certain information, given certain access, because the lighter you are, the less of a threat you seem to be. And I saw that, I recognized it, I used it to benefit my community, those that were darker and more disenfranchised than I was, those that didn't have the same privilege. But Lord, if I looked like a white man, the things could accomplish. Hey, back in the day, if we had a dude like him on the team and he was really a revolutionary in like the 1950s during redlining and segregation and shit, we could have him buying property for us and shit. Like in that movie with Anthony Mackie and Samuel L. Jackson, right? True story. Real estate entrepreneurs who used a white guy as a front because black men couldn't own real estate in certain communities, right? I mean, there's so many ways he can be an ally if he wanted to be, but it seems like he just wants to do some peacocking, paint the nails, tat eye of raw, and get online talking about he copper color black folk. Miss me with that shit. When you come back up here, you better let us know how you going to use this white card of yours to be an ally, to help us progress in the struggle. Let's talk about it. You want to come to the cookout? Are you bringing a plate? Or are you just coming with an empty stomach? Come on. What do you have to say, Silver Fox?
Well, first of all, I don't owe anyone anything other than the infinite all, the creator of all. And on this low vibrational labels that we put, these boxes that we put ourselves in, like I'm white, I'm a Republican, I'm all these things. The truth, the thing about it is crown chakra frequency. You can.
And that's where you done fucked up. You owe us everything. 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 And for the fact that you even took that N-word pass and said nigga not once but twice, and you still think you don't owe anything to the community that has the right to use that word. You see the problem with your logic? To you, this may seem trivial, but that's because you clearly was raised by your white mama. I don't know if your daddy was ever around. You may have gotten a little bit of pigment from the daddy, but I don't know if you got any of the culture. I don't think you got any of the culture. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Well, Mike, I need to tell you that I don't know anybody anything but the infinite all creator Yahweh. Okay. All right. All right. We gonna give him one more chance before he strikes out, y'all. We gonna give him one more chance. Here he goes.
I actually, if you would have let me finish, I actually plan on buying land, by the way.
Buying land doesn't help our revolutionary struggle, pal.
You have to build yourself up to build others up. You got to lead by example.
You can be black or white or yellow to buy land. I asked how you're using your phenotype to aid in our struggle.
It's to grow a neuromelanated people. It's like I do what I do for me, not for anybody else, because I'm called here. That's when I say that. And I'm not taking your heritage. I'm Saponi tribe and Catawba tribe.
Hey. Okay. All right. All righty then. Can we have some people who are actually of our culture call in? Can we have a balance, y'all? Can we have a balance? Can I get some feedback? Do we have any other audience members that can call in and let me know, what are you feeling about this strange encounter? How do you feel about this oh so strange encounter? I need to know. Folks on TikTok, it's a few watching on TikTok. Does anybody have some comments? Is Papanga still here? I know Papanda who was trying to call in earlier. I was having some tech issues. I mean, Lord, oh Lord. I need some constructive criticism. What is going on? What the hell is going on? And you know what? Before we bring P up, let me switch my audio around so that the people on YouTube are going to be able to hear him. Hold on a second here. We'll make sure we get the entire audio. All right, perfect. Let's switch this around now. All right, P, let the people know where you're calling in from and what's on your mind. I hope I can't hear you, P. Are you there, P? Yeah, I'm not hearing anything from your end. Does anybody on TikTok hear him? Let me get some feedback. Does anybody on TikTok hear P? Because I sure don't. What is going on? I asked for someone to call in and P answered the call, but I can't hear him. P, try saying something again. Yeah, and I'm not getting any audio from you, brother. I don't know what's going on. P, I'm going to kick you out and just try to click the button and call back in. Let's see if we can sort out these tech issues, y'all. Oh, TikTok could hear him. That's good. That's progress. Why can't I hear him then? If TikTok could hear him, I should have been able to hear him. Damn, that's unfortunate. So unfortunate. And guys, make sure to check out the website, nativeblack.ancestry.com. Learn how to do your genealogy, trace your heritage. And that's for all folks. You know, you might be walking around thinking you're a white American, and really you can have some melanin in your family tree somewhere. Shout out to Spirit Gang. You may have the heritage, but you don't have the culture. You're basically a Drake, my guy. You're basically a Drake, except Drake's dad was a little more blacker. Although this isn't a who's blacker than who debate. Yeah, this was crazy. Empress, Empress, if you want to call in, go for it. This was crazy. We had a white presenting man drop the N-word a couple times, claim he's a black copper color Indian. He showed us a picture of his daddy, melanated man, ever so slightly. It's quite entertaining indeed. When we asked him if there's any way that he was using his phenotype to be an ally, he said, I ain't got to do shit. I don't owe nobody nothing. Okay. He said, I'm buying some land. That's it. I don't owe nobody nothing. I'm buying some land. Come on. And P, try to call in again, P. Try to call in again. TikTok said they heard you. But I don't know what's going on with my audio. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, guys, this is crazy. This was an interesting live stream, to say the least. But I got to get on out of here, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been real. Stay vigilant. You know, P wants to call back in. AP, if you can, why don't you come over on YouTube and call in from YouTube? That'll probably be the easiest way. Just call in from YouTube real quick. Look me up on YouTube, Mike TV. It's Mike TV on YouTube. There's a StreamYard link in the chat that you can click to call in. And let's cut to a quick commercial break, shall we?
My name's Major Wright. I just got done with my consultation with Mike. If you trying to trace your ancestry, Mike is a good first step to go through. He's going to break it down to you, all 3 steps to get you what you need. And if you want somebody to maybe do the research for you, you know, you pay that price and Mike can help you too. But yes, he will fill you up with knowledge that you never knew and give you all the things like those unanswered questions in your head throughout time. Talk to Mike, man. He's a great dude. I believe in Mike.
P says, I'm watching you now. Well, P, you got about 30 seconds to call in on YouTube if you still want to call in before I wrap up tonight's broadcast. Oh, we got Empress in the building, though. Empress, what's on your mind? Empress, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Mike. How are you?
Doing well. Can't complain. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. I just got back in the house, man. Flat tire, rim all messed up. Just something else. I just got the car out of the damn tow yard, and now the flat tire gonna set me back. But it's all right. I made it home. I'm glad you're still alive, that I was able to catch you.
Oh, yeah. Sound like you're dealing with some good times.
It's all right. It ain't nothing a little drinky drink can't fix. I went and poured me a Long Island, and I'm sitting down and I turned on Mike. So let's get it. Now, what you was saying about oh boy who was white presenting and dropping the N-bomb? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. You'll just have to catch the replay on that one. That one's a mouthful. Yeah. Nah, most of the live stream, he's been on the show. So yeah, if you just go to catch the replay, he should pop right on that. Oh, but you know what, Empress? Give the folks some closing remarks, and then we got P from TikTok. He came over to YouTube. I know he's been trying to call in all night. I definitely want to hear what he has to say before we wrap up.
I just want to tell everybody, do your genealogy, book your consultation with Mike, learn your heritage, learn what struggles your family went through, learn who you are. Stop listening to the pan goofies tell you that you're African when you're not. A huge percentage of so-called African Americans are the true natives of this land, indigenous of this land, copper-colored tribes. So yeah, book your genealogy, search up everything about your family's history, and hit Mike up for a consultation. And tune in to the channel, to Mike TV, to NativeBlackAncestry.com and Native Black Ancestry Network, and follow on TikTok and soak up some of this knowledge. Yeah, it's free game. Mike giving out free game to everybody. Y'all better soak it up.
That's right. Well, hey, thanks for calling in. It's always nice to hear from you, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Holler at you later, Chief.
All right. Peace. All right. And we got P, a.k.a. Victor Venom. Let us know where you calling in from and what's on your mind.
Yo, you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, what up? I'm in Philly.
Well, shout out to Philly.
Yeah, Philadelphia, man. Yo, you got me sold, man. It's dark because I'm laying in my bed and I ain't trying to be in my bed talking to another man.
No, I feel you. Wait, I gotta ask you, are you not entertained?
Yo, he just brought up my THC like 20%.
I'm about to start smoking in a second, okay? I mean, this motherfucker, hey, I made sure to wait because if I smoked before, that white boy was gonna kill my high, okay? No.
Yo, like you said, though, I could be right, I could be wrong, but yo, he is like the true picture of a vulture.
Nail polish too? Black nail polish?
Yeah.
Can you at least have a little swag on you?
I would feel like I was watching a movie, you know, like one of the movies like you wake up white, but you black.
Yeah. So like I was watching the Wayans brothers on White Girls or something.
Yeah.
You say he's a melanated indigenous copper. And see, the thing is, he could really have that heritage through his father, but you ain't got the culture.
Yeah.
And if anything, we pride the culture more than the heritage sometimes. We'll let a white person or a Mexican or other come around and use the N-word and this and that if they share our same socioeconomic disadvantages and are raised in our culture. But you telling me you got black, indigenous, copper color heritage and you ain't steeped in none of that culture?
Yo, where I'm at in Philly, like I'm in mostly black and Irish people, and they got more soul than he do. I'm like, yo, he is true white.
I know some Asians who got more black culture than him. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you got me sold though, bro. I've been watching you for a while. I was being biased for a minute, like how we going through it with the bull right now. Like, wait a minute, you know what I mean? He lived too light to be talking all this indigenous American shit. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
see, and
yeah,
that's the other thing. Again, I'm not trying to discredit his lineage or his heritage, but I'm just trying to give him some game. If you trying to come to our cookout and rock out, you got to come correct. You got to get some swag. You got to get be embedded with some of our culture, and you got to make sure that if you got the complexion for protection, you're using that to be a net positive to our community.
true,
Period.
true.
It's
Now
not
I
even, oh my gosh, you're so light skinned and we don't think you're black. No, it's not even that. It's you ain't steeped in our culture. You ain't trying to be an ally. You ain't trying to, you just so, and,
yeah, he gave me
and if
liberal he
anything,
gave me liberal vibes. Like,
not only that, if anything, he's capitulating to European culture. That's some
yeah,
European shit. Painting your nails black as a man. That's some European shit. The way he dressed and the position of the tattoos and shit. I mean, I'm just saying. And he was most likely raised by his European mother and probably had limited contact with his father. And this is just me assuming. And that's just to say doesn't have that culture. Drake is a perfect example. His daddy black as hell, mama Jewish. He was
yeah.
raised by his mama, and we could tell.
Now you got time for a couple questions? I do got some questions, Dad.
Yeah, go for it.
Now the whole thing with me, like I've been watching a lot of different content on this subject, and I get confused. The only thing confused me is the names. Like we all saying the same thing, but everybody using different names, like different titles: native, black, aboriginal, indigenous. Like where do it comes to a common ground with, like, all right, we all just American Indians from different tribes.
Well, it's not necessarily that there's no common ground. All these things are synonymous.
Mm-hmm.
Native, indigenous, aboriginal, autochthon, antediluvian, American Indian. These are things that are interchangeable terms for our community.
Okay.
Right? There's some people out there claiming native and they can claim native, but they can't claim indigenous because they migrated from Asia across the Bering Strait. But when you talk about our community, we can use a term native, we can use a term indigenous, we can use whatever term we want. So here's the issue. A lot of folks get caught up in semantics. A lot of folks online want to gangbang over what word you use. Don't use the word black. Black Lost Dictionary. Black is devoid of like da 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 da. Yeah, you're right. But if we've been reclassified as black and we
Yeah.
flipped it and turned it into something to be globally revered, and if my goal is to wake up black people to their indigeneity, then I have to use phrases or classifications that they're familiar with. So the catch-all term that I use is NBA, Native Black American. I think that's a very simple term. I think it rolls off the tongue. I think that if you're dealing with a Black American who's never heard nothing about being Indian, who never heard nothing about no Black indigenous people, if you say to them Native Black American, they will immediately be able to grasp what you're talking about. But if you come up to that same person who's done none of the history, none of the knowledge, none of the research, and you come up talking to them about how we're the real Aboriginal Mississippian mound builders, you're gonna confuse that motherfucker. He's gonna be like, what kind of pseudo shit? What are you talking about? So you have to understand what the goal is. A lot of these people getting caught up on the words and don't use this word or use this word. These are people who are at advanced stages of the research, right? And they'll try to act like they're standing on a soapbox or act real sedity when they talk to other people. Oh, don't use that word. Don't you know you're not supposed to? But if they were actually doing the work to wake up people, they would have a YouTube channel or a TikTok page where they're creating content to wake up the masses. They wouldn't be in somebody else's YouTube videos comment section gang banging semantics, right? So are they right when they say that words matter and certain words speak to our indigeneity better than others? That's highly subjective. I think you can use whatever word you want to identify with. If somebody comes to me and they say, hey, Mike, I identify as an African American, That's cool. That doesn't affect me. If someone comes up to me and says, Mike, I identify as a Black Aborigine. Okay. If someone says, hey, Mike, I'm a Black American. Okay, that's cool. But those folks who are going to try to ridicule you in the comment section for using certain words and tell you what word you need to use, most of these motherfuckers ain't really doing no work. They ain't really part of the revolution. They ain't really part of the struggle. They just some heckling motherfuckers, even though some of what they say is correct. So again, I say all that to say, use whatever word to identify with as you choose. It's your choice.
Gotcha.
You have any other questions?
No, that basically summed it up for me. It gave me a little bit more clarity. You know, like I said, a lot of information sometimes would put you in a state of dizziness.
Oh yeah.
So you constantly trying to figure out, all right, wait a minute. The information is right in the exact and correct, but that little wall right there, like you said, you get caught up on the titles. You know what I mean? Instead of accepting, all right, this is what I'm gonna call myself. It don't take away from that I am what I am. You know what I mean? So I got you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, most def. Well, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this broadcast, but I'm glad that we were finally able to get you to call in. I know we were dealing with some tech issues, and
Yeah.
dude, don't hesitate to click that link in the future and call in whenever you see I'm doing one of these call-in live streams.
Yeah,
And
most
but yeah,
def. Yeah. Yeah, I
and make
seen
sure
you
to
on what's the
check out the
the
website.
old head, the
Oh
Danny.
yeah, Donnie.
Yeah. Donnie, yeah.
Hey, oh boy was texting me a few days ago. So Mike, come back on the show, Mike, please, Mike. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
No,
yeah,
no.
I'm go ahead and lock in. I've seen a couple people talking about getting the genealogy work with you and stuff like that. Cause I do want to dig deeper into my information that I got so far about a certain matriarch in the family.
Most
Now
def.
you familiar with Winston-Salem, North Carolina?
Who?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Not particularly. Is that a person? Is that a town?
Yeah, it's in North Carolina. It's a town. Yeah.
I ain't never been to North Carolina.
Okay.
I've heard of Charleston, but I think that's South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking for some information dealing with that little town. So, but I'll be hitting you up. I'll drop an email.
All right. Well, look forward to connecting with you, brother. Thanks for calling in.
No problem.
All right. Peace. And yeah, guys, make sure to check out the website if you've yet to do your family genealogy. I can assist you with that. I've also got some do-it-yourself options as well. And before we wrap up the broadcast, here's a quick word from one of my recent clients.
My name is Vishelle, and I came across Mike on YouTube showing some historical information about how, we're not all from Africa. And of course, it got my attention as I've been doing my genealogy research for a little while. But I hit a brick road and I needed more help. So the consultation that I had with Mike, it was great, very informative. It showed me a lot of history that I was unaware of, and it's made me more aware of what I don't know. So with finding him, I'm pretty sure that it's going to open up a new door, information about who I really am, who my lineage is, and I'm excited to get started. I'm so happy to have found him, and I recommend him to anyone who may have hit a brick road, who is interested in, going a little bit further than they may have been able to get, or just to find out the truth about your ancestry. Contact him.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British men. Quite frankly, you was kings Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners. Raised up the children to worship their images. Set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them. And this shit get way deeper than your pigment.